a little shift in the conversation, maybe. Could you tell us a little bit about Ernest Tubb, the man?
Well, sure. He was the greatest man that I have ever worked with. Now, Ernest, when he was on the bandstand, we would have to play his style, and I would have to play the melody, which is what he did. But whenever he would get down and let us play for an hour, well, we'd play all of our jazz licks.
You can definitely hear a jazz influence in your music.
Well, in my music, of course, at my age now, there wasn't any jazz players. When Daddy bought me a guitar when I was 14, and we didn't even have a television, and we didn't have a tape recorder, and we didn't have any cassettes, and we didn't have any records, so we had nothing. So where I got mine was from the good Lord, and He gave me my talent, and I sat out on the back porch and talked to Him, and He gave me my talent. And that's the bottom line of it. I give Him all of the praise, because He did it. I didn't do it.
Well, he sure knew what he was doing.
Well, you bet. And there wasn't nobody back there at those times that could even listen to it, that could even put out records that you could buy to hear, And besides that, my dad made $7.50 a week. He was a butcher at the A&P market, and so we didn't have anything. We was those poor folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
So what was it like to be out on the road with Ernest and your fellow troubadours?
Well, E.T. was real quiet. We rattled a lot, I guess, and talked and everything, but E.T. would sit back there in his seat, and I sat right across from him, and he would either be reading or he would be doing his books, or I've always said Ernest is back there counting his money to tease him, But I know one time we played, I think it was Cobo Hall in Detroit, and the next morning we all went down and got on the bus, and Ernest started walking back through there to go to his seat, and I said, E.T., I said, do you realize that the Troubadours had more fans there last night than you did?
What did he say to that?
Well, he looked at me and said a H word. He told me where to go. But he laughed about it.
But in all honesty, that was probably true in a lot of places.
Well, maybe in some places, yeah. But, I was only just kidding him.
Yeah.
Going on with him, trying to make him, have a good day.
Yeah. But,
oh, wow.
Well, after you left the Troubadours, you were with Ernest Tubb for about 7 years, right?
Yeah, close to it, I'd say, yeah.
And you did a lot of session work and played with a lot of other country music legends in the studio.
When I left E.T., I went to work in the staff band at the Grand Ole Opry the next weekend. There wasn't but one guitar player there, and that was Spider Wilson. And I went to work there, and I started doing sessions. And somebody was asking me at the Opry the other night, said, Leon, who all have you played sessions with? And I said, everybody but Santa Claus.
Yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on. Ray Price, Reba McEntire, George Strait. Those are some of the newer ones.
Yeah.
But George Jones, Connie Smith, Loretta.
Yeah. Right.
What,
Nancy Sinatra, Debbie Boone, Andy Williams, the other fellow that I'm trying to think of, the black man, Sammy Davis Jr.
Ah.
Yeah, and Roy Orbison, and well, it was quite a few. I don't think I could remember or name them, but I'm proud of each one of them, It was a great honor to walk in a studio and play with guys like that, Andy Williams.
And,
yeah.
I mean, pretty much, if you have a country music collection, I mean, at home, anyone, you're not going to find, only one record that. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is somewhere in your collection there's going to be a record with Leon Rhodes playing on it. And,
well, I hope so. There has been a few, I guess, but I've just been blessed. That's it. I've been blessed.
And you still do studio work, and
I still do.
And
yeah,
you're still just as popular as you were back in the 1960s. A real legend.
Well, bless your heart for saying that. I appreciate that. I don't know.
And hopefully the Country Music Hall of Fame is in the near future for you.
Well, I did get a call about that, and they are working on something. But, I never count on anything until I got it in my hands,
Mm-hmm, but,
nice.
it can't be too far off, because a legend like yourself, they're going to put you in it pretty soon. I just have to...
Well, I hope they hurry up,
yes.
Because if I have to say anything, I'm going to say, what took y'all so long?
I think it was Ray Price said that when...
oh, did he?
When he got in, he said, it's about time.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But...
if they do, they do, and if they don't...
I don't see how they can't. But, well, Leon, I really appreciate you being here with me today and talking with me about your career. And
well, it's an honor to be with you and even hear your voice. And I wanted to ask you, when are you coming back to Nashville?
I'll be back down there during March for a week or so down there. And
well, great.
Hopefully putting together my CD, which you had hinted to me before that you would play the guitar on that, so I'm looking forward to it. Well,
okay. I probably still got a guitar around the house I can use.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. But just before we go, Leon, is there anything you'd like to tell us about Ernest Tubbs' signature, a song, Walking the Floor Over You? I'm going to play a live version of that right in just a minute or so.
Well, I can't remember anything in the studio happening. The only thing really that I can remember in my mind, and Eddie Stubbs was the one that reminded me of it. He said the very first release that Ernest had when you was with him was Little Old Band of Gold. And I got to thinking about it, and I said, you're right. And that was the very first release that he had after I went with him that I was on.
Yeah.
And, Walking the Floor, we played parts on it, me and Buddy, and it all came off really, really good. And, I am just so thankful that I got to work with Mr. Tubb, because there'll never be another Ernest Tubb.
Just like there'll never be another Leon Rhodes.
Oh, bless you, bless you.
And really, again, I appreciate you being on my show here today. I know the listeners have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, hearing all these great stories and talking about country music history. Well,
great. I really appreciate it. I thank you for calling me, and the only thing I can say is just keep looking up.
All right, I will.
The good Lord is in control. Thank you so much now, and I'll talk to you again hopefully soon.
All right, thank you, Leon.
All right, you bet.